Hey everybody. I'm gonna attempt to do a reading for this weekend like this with me on camera. You might know I'm not very comfortable on camera, so I'm trying to work on that a little bit. This last month or so has been really difficult for me. There's been a lot of stuff I've been going through in my personal life. So I just kind of want to put that out there in case I seem a little less than enthusiastic. You guys, if you don't know me personally, you might not know. I'm generally like a pretty much happy person. I know I've been seeming kind of down lately, and it's just because there's a lot of stuff I've been going through, and it's a really big purging time, so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you guys have been going through too. I wanted to let you know a little bit about the astrological stuff going on before I get into the reading. Mercury went direct, so Mercury is no longer retrograde. Although Jupiter is still retrograde. Jupiter is going to be retrograde until July 10th. Jupiter being retrograde is causing all of us to detox. So, if we have habits like smoking or overeating or eating the wrong kinds of foods, not drinking enough water, not exercising enough, if there are certain things like that we've been doing, it's going to become increasingly difficult for us to do that because our body is literally going to just want to force the detox if we're not doing it ourselves. Because when you put toxic things in your body, it builds up. And in our society, we're really force-fed a lot of toxicity. And so this is a time for a lot of that to come out. I definitely encourage a lot of you to consciously detox, because it's really going to help the process a lot more, and it's going to make you feel a lot better. Saturn went retrograde on April 17th, which is 3 days ago, and Saturn is going to be retrograde until September 6th. Now, Saturn being retrograde is, as I've been saying for a while, and I haven't had my YouTube channel very long. I've been doing a lot of work via Facebook, mostly just Facebook, a little bit of Instagram, and a few other avenues. But I'm really not very comfortable on camera, so I usually write a lot, and because of that, I've used Facebook a lot. But I have really been saying for a while now that I've been getting a lot of messages from Spirit that karma is really going to kick in hardcore. And Saturn going retrograde is really starting this process. So, there's nothing that can be done about it now. Your karma is your karma, and it's based on what you have been doing. If you are, kind of an asshole, and you have really been enjoying being an asshole, and being very verbally abusive or emotionally abusive, sort of with the intention of it being fun, you're probably going to start getting that back. If you were an asshole things are going to start happening to you, because you need to learn. It's about learning the lesson. It's about learning lessons. If you are on the other side of the spectrum and you have been a really good-hearted person no matter how you have looked to others. It's not about that. It's not about judgments. It's about deeds of heart. If you have been a good person and maybe in some rough circumstances in one way or another, this is starting the time for your rewards to come in for those things. So it's like a double dose of karma. Karma is going hard, okay, from now until September 6th, from 3 days ago until September 6th. The only other astrological thing that I'm going to touch on today, because I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to try to present myself as one, but today is technically the first day of Taurus season. We're in the in-between, so it's like the cusp, Aries just ended yesterday, so we're still going to feel the Aries energy sort of slide into Taurus, and Taurus is an earth sign, so it's really going to be a lot about grounding. We may experience a little bit of tiredness, like the desire to like rest and feel, because Aries is really major, passionate, intense energy. So with that really huge, intense dose of energy that came through in April, along with the Mercury retrograde at the same time, it really expanded everything and blew everything up sort of larger than life. And so while we're in Taurus, it's going to be the time to sort of rest a little bit. And if you have like a lot of emotions that you have built up from whatever you went through in Aries season, Taurus is going to be kind of the time to let that sort of settle. There could be like a lot of crying or release of emotions in one way or another. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do a reading for this weekend, and I am gonna attempt to do it like this on camera. And I'm a little nervous about that as well. But I'm gonna give it a shot. Because, I spend a lot of time meditating on my readings before I record them. And I really don't like to, have a lot of lag in my videos, like a lot of downtime where you're just sitting there kind of waiting. But let's see how this goes. Not even really sure about the layout that I'm going to use. I really go by my intuition with the way I do my readings. And this is basically for from now until Monday. The energy can extend it out a little bit further or pull it in. It really depends on you and how fast your energy is moving. It also depends on your personal life situation. It depends on how brave you are, what issues you are willing to face head on. Life is about lessons. It's about learning. It's also about having fun and experiencing different emotions. But this life is mostly about learning. This life is mostly about lessons. Looks like we're only going to do a 6-card spread, I think. I feel like that's all that wants to come out. So, that being said, that really has a lot to do with, it really has a lot to do with how fast or how slow you move through these energies. Okay, we have 2 extra cards that popped out at the end. I'm going to discuss those first. We have Challenge Your Perceptions. This is the Messenger Oracle deck, and they're glossy, so I'm going to try to make sure you can see them without the glare. Might be a bit difficult. This is the main reason why I really like to do my readings the other way, because I love the artwork on these cards, and I really want you to be able to see them. So, challenge your perceptions and reveal your truth. I swear this card reminds me so much of my friend Christina. If you're out there, shout out. Love you, girl. It looks so much like you. You'll know when you see it. Okay, and so with these 2 cards together, coming out in the end, this energy combined is pretty self-explanatory. What I'm picking up is there's definitely going to be a time this weekend to reevaluate some past situations, maybe some things from your past. Maybe there's some things coming up from your past for you to work through. And what's needed is for you to see the situation from a different perspective. And that's really difficult for a lot of people, but it looks like the advice on how to do that is to completely reveal your truth. So I feel like maybe there's going to be some conversations that are going to come up, and you are going to feel a little uncomfortable. It might be very, very difficult for you to be very truthful about your feelings when this conversation comes up. And I think it's because when you have that mask on, you feel more protected. I feel like this is about protecting yourself. And having this sort of mindset of maybe being a victim, or feeling like you've been wronged in some way, possibly being in an abusive relationship, or possibly this is going to be in regards to some type of abusive situation from your past. And it may just be, you're just really used to kind of clamming up about this and just not really saying much. And so for you to be able to move into this energy here, to challenge your perception of how you have always seen this situation, you really have to take your mask off and reveal how you truly feel about it. Like what really went down. That's what I'm getting really strong. Like, be really real about what went down. The way it actually happened, the way you actually remember it, the information that you actually have. When this situation comes up, be very, very straightforward about it. This is sort of like the Lady of Justice here. This angel is very... So I just noticed that she also has a mask on. But I feel that this is more of like maybe her way of seeing things in a different perspective. It's almost like taking this mask off and putting on like shades or something, like shades of realness. So it's definitely about justice, obtaining justice in some sort of situation from the past, I feel. And the way that you're going to get that and be able to change your perspective and gain, because there's wisdom to be gained through this new perspective. You have to see things a different way. Like your vision is going to get flipped. It's like you've been thinking of this certain situation in a certain way for all these years, or all these months, or all these weeks, or however long this has been for you. But a situation is going to arise this weekend where you're going to have a conversation, or something's going to happen, and it's going to give you the opportunity to be really truthful about this situation. And this really truthful conversation that's going to come up is going to bring new information to the table, and it's going to completely change your perspective on it. And once that happens, you're going to feel like you receive a lot of justice that I feel it has been long overdue. Okay? Now, the first card that came up, here comes Lakota. The first card that came up in the 6-card spread, so this is how we begin the weekend, is with the 2 ravens, trust and magic. So this is sort of like a soulmate card, a twin flame card. This is about your situation being mirrored in another. This is also about possibly finding your match, finding your romantic match, finding that person that you feel really sort of completes you and balances you out. Because you see, there's the 2 ravens, but there's only 2 eyes. You only see 1 eye on each bird. So that is like this beautiful representation of sharing the same mind in a way, having like this really strong psychic connection with another person, to where you can think something and the other person can sort of pick it up. Like you're really, really connected. And because they're birds, this lets me know that you may be physically close to each other, or you may not be, and you both may travel a lot. You both may sort of be like wanderers. You both may be sort of dark. You both may be very comfortable working at night, being in the darkness. You may both be really comfortable with, just things like, the darker side of life. And I'm not talking necessarily about evil or fuckery of any sense. I'm just talking about, just the darker side of life. And you both may be very magical and very comfortable in that, very powerful. This is a very, very powerful card. This is also kind of letting everybody know that it may seem like there may be a little bit of a delay that you're feeling on possibly connecting with someone, or with a manifestation that you're trying to get through. Maybe something that you're working on, or something that you're wanting, something that you're trying to put together or complete. And some of you may run into like some obstacles, or you feel like there's a little bit of lag, and this card is to let you know, try not to get too frustrated, because this is letting you know to trust in those manifestations, trust in your positive thoughts, keep your thoughts positive, try to focus on what you're grateful for if you're running into some obstacles, because this is a confirmation that whatever it is that you're manifesting is on its way. It's on its way. There just may be a few more lessons to learn, or there may be a little bit of a setback. And the next card is number 9, embrace the dark. And this is again a little bit more of a dark energy, not necessarily like wicked or evil in any way, but this really represents your shadow side. So this represents you becoming I've been talking about this. This has been coming up so much over and over and over and over again. So we're still in this. We're still in this because this is difficult and this can take a little bit of time. So we're still sort of in this phase where, you know, just like me not really being comfortable being on camera, everybody has certain things that they are not comfortable with about themselves. And those are the things that are in your dark side. Those are the things that are in your darkness, or the things that you just don't bring out very much because you're just not very comfortable with them. Some people have a hard time, you know, speaking in front of other people. Some people have a hard time with love. Some people have a hard time with money. Some people have a hard time with, you know, writing, like physically writing things down, articulating their words, getting their message across, you know, so many things. And, you know, the possibilities are endless. Those are the things that are in your dark side. And so those things are going to be challenged, I think. Something's going to happen to sort of bring that out in you. I don't necessarily feel like there's going to be any conflict. There could be. But I just feel more like because you have these manifestations sort of churning in the ethers, these are the things that need to be dealt with fully in order for these manifestations to come through. So there could be blocks here, things that you're not accepting about yourself. Now, on the other hand, if this is about a twin flame or a soulmate connection, that's like the one, you know, like the one that's really going to last, not just a karmic relationship that's kind of shitty and you just really need to learn some lessons and then it just goes away and you're heartbroken, shit like that. This is more like the one that you actually really like, the one that you actually have a lot of fun with, the one that actually balances you out, the one that really brings a lot of true joy into your life. If this card is about that, more about that, then this person that is coming in, which is this person, you may or may not know that, but this person is going to also be bringing out your dark side, because these are things that need to come out and you need to look at them. And you need to embrace them, you need to be comfortable with them in order for you to come together like this, in a good, calm, harmonious way. Also, this person could be helping you embrace your dark side. This person could display characteristics of your dark side, and you're extremely attracted to that, because those are parts of you that you hide, that are really difficult for you to express. And this person expresses them very easily, so you're very attracted to that. And that's a good thing. And then the next card we have is card number 49, We Are All Connected. And this just sort of brings in these two energies really well. Really brings in these energies well, puts them together really nicely, because in We Are All Connected, we're seeing, we're becoming aware of this connection. Definitely if this is with another person, we are consciously, like our soul and our hearts have maybe been feeling this, but once we get into this energy here, we're going to be consciously aware of this connection. This is also confirmation that we are going to be kind of accepting our dark side in a harmonious way this weekend, and sort of allowing our dark and our light to balance out nicely. So that's positive as well. The next card we have is my favorite card in the deck, Know You Belong. So, generally when this card comes up, I feel like it's a lesson. And it may be for some of you. What number is this? number 19, so 9, 10, so this card is 1. So that makes sense because this is generally just about you. I love this card, it's so adorable. So generally when this card comes out, it's a lesson. And I don't so much feel that this is going to be like a hardcore lesson this weekend. These cards are really kind of showing me that luckily this weekend should be kind of, I'm not going to say easy, but it may be a little bit more laid back than some of the really hard-hitting lessons that we've had lately. Me personally, they've been rough. I've barely been getting any sleep. You know, you see me running on caffeine right now. That's why I have any life in me at all. But anyway, this card is about going through these first 3 cards, these first 3 energies, and then coming to this point where you realize that you belong exactly where you are because you're there. Realizing that maybe you have went through your life and felt like you never fit in. Now, some of you, since you're going to be coming into some type of union or communication with someone that is your match, that is what's going to bring you to this energy, because you're going to feel and know that you belong together on one level or another. Whether there's communication with them or not, however the communication is, this is going to be sort of a soul knowing. It's not going to be deniable. You know, there isn't going to be any, I feel like if you are one of these people that experience this, you're not going to have any doubt. It's just going to fill you up and you're just going to know. Okay. Also, if you are the person that, one of the people that are dealing with this sort of energy here that I brought up in the beginning, with this situation with your past where you're getting some justice, one of the results of that situation is going to, it feels so good. It's like it's going to make you just feel comfortable in your skin. It's going to put everything, sort of like put all the pieces together for you, and you're going to realize, you're going to get like this big spiritual like upgrade of information. And it's like this, oh, kind of moment, you know, like I get it now. And it's going to make you feel like you belong in the world, like you belong in your skin. It's going to make you realize that you have always been meant to be exactly where you've been. And it's going to make sense to you why. I also feel with this card like there's going to maybe be some creative stuff going on this weekend for some of you. And that's going to be really fun and really fulfilling for some of you. But the main thing that I really want to get across with this card, the message that's coming through really heavy for this card, is that this is like this cute little cat with dragon wings, and you know, her little third eye is lit, and she's got like a dragon tail. What I'm trying to say is like she's unique. You know, she's unique. There's only one of her. She's one of a kind. And I feel like some of you are going to be meeting someone this weekend or communicating with someone this weekend. You're going to have some sort of a run-in with someone that you feel this way about. Like you're going to feel they're one of a kind, and you're going to like that. You're also going to realize that you're one of a kind, and that you're okay exactly the way you are, and your differences, what makes you different from everybody else, is what makes you stand out and what makes you special and beautiful. And this next card goes really well with this card. Card number 18, Honor Gaia. Because once you get into this energy, you automatically begin to honor yourself at a deeper level. And I feel that that's what this card is about honoring yourself in a very sacred way. Honoring your differences, honoring your path in this life, your path in other lives, and maybe bringing in some new information about your past lives, bringing them into your present so that you can sort of bring together the divine tapestry of your own story, bring it into a little bit more clearer focus so that you sort of understand where you've been and you understand why you've been in those places, what that means about who you are now, and kind of helps you put everything into a proper perspective to decide what it is that you truly want in your future, and where it is that you truly want to go, where your heart is leading you, in a way that's going to honor you very deeply, and keep it real with yourself. When this card comes up, it's also an indication that you could be spending a little bit of time outside, and that it's maybe a good time to ground, and it is a good time to go outside. It's a good time to get some sunlight. It's a good time to maybe start working on your garden. It's a really good time to do some work with your crystals. Drink a lot of water. And you see, magical Gaia in this tree here, and this magic just sort of spilling out and creating this like pool of magic. So, and then you see like the phoenix here. There's definitely a lot of magic in this card. And when we have this card with this card, trust magic, and we have all these magical things in this card, I really feel like there's gonna be some magical things happening for everybody this weekend. And I feel like it's gonna be really fun, and it's gonna be really exciting, and it's gonna make you feel good. It's not gonna be the kind of stuff where you're like, oh, I'm probably gonna regret this tomorrow. That's not what this is about. This is about experiencing some things that you cherish and that you feel does honor you. On a deep level, like good strong things coming in that have a firm foundation that you feel is going to be long lasting for you. The last card that came out is Seek Your Destiny. This card's been coming out a lot lately too. It's maybe my second favorite in the deck, so hey, I got lucky, right? It's card number 37. Seek Your Destiny. So I love this eye here at the top. It looks a lot like a lot of my artwork. And then as you move down a little bit further, you see this beautiful like sacred geometry spiral of energy. And then you move down into this little fire cat who is like opening, like, I don't feel like the cat's opening up. I feel like the cat is trying to like create its own physicality. It's becoming manifest into reality. So that's the whole point, is that you are pulling down this energy from your higher self, and you're pulling it down through your manifestations. See, it's very, very magical. You're pulling this down through your manifestations, and also your manifestations live in the dark. Your manifestations live in the darkness. Your manifestations live in the darkness of the ether. Okay? So this is definitely very, 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 very magical with these three cards together. And this is really about, this is like Nine of Cups energy. This is like dreams and wishes coming true. Because this is really about your manifestations really coming in and beginning to seem physical, starting to have physicality in your world. And this isn't just any sort of manifestation, this is your destiny. This is a big deal. This is, again, the kind of energy that's gonna, sorry, you see me moving around, it's because there's animals here. I'm just making sure they're okay. And yeah, I can feel them. So anyway, this is about your destiny. So whatever this is, and it could be multiple things, that are coming in for you and transforming and changing and sort of becoming physically manifest for you. These are things that are going to be long-lasting. They're going to make a really big impact on your life, and I feel like it's going to make a really big impact on the world. So say this is like, you know, your lifelong partner, your twin flame, your soulmate, your other half. Everybody has a lot of different labels for this, but say that's who this is for real, and say that they are on their way into your life and you're just beginning to learn who they are, or whatever, you're coming together in one way or another. I really feel like that's this energy in a big way, but say that's what this is for you. With this card coming up with this card, that means that this person is your destiny. And not only is your destiny, I just had a flashback of Back to the Future, you're my density. For any of you that know that, that's maybe a synchronicity for some of you because it just came into my head. But this person is not only your destiny, but this person is going to help you create a new destiny. And this person, like, you and this person, that you're going to be lit together. Like, you can combine your abilities, you can combine your creativity, you can combine your life's work, you can combine certain things, like all the most passionate things about you with this person, and the things that your synergy that is created together is going to create such a huge impact on the world. Not just the two of you, but the whole world. Because energy ripples out, just like this. Energy ripples out, and it goes out. And so the combination of you two is not only just going to be an amazing thing for the two of you and bring you a lot of joy, but it's going to bring the entire world a lot of joy. So that's fantastic as well. The overall energy, which is the bottom of the deck, I feel like I'm supposed to at least bring this out and talk about it a little bit, is embrace the masculine. Card number 11, and maybe that's why, because it's 11, and you know, 11 is enlightenment, twin flames, you know. What's the phrase that's trying to come to me? What is it? Something like fire of the same star. There's a message, it's coming through. Two flames of the same star? Something like that. I can't seem to get it any more clear. Yeah, that's all I'm getting. Two flames of the same star. Whatever that means for somebody. Or all of us, who knows. But anyway, that's the message that came through. So, heat of the same flame. I just keep getting all these different, they're like all these different little catchphrases. So, okay, anyway, this is the energy of, it's like the King of Pentacles, sort of. It's like the really strong, stable, positive energy. It's very slow moving, but it's very consistent, and it's has a very strong foundation. Also, embrace the masculine is the masculine, divine masculine characteristics are like being protective, being very outspoken. I'm not necessarily saying mean, but just being able to get your message across in a strong way. So really, I'm getting a lot of stuff about messages, about conversations. And so this is about embracing the masculine within yourself and embracing the masculine within others. But really, mostly, I just feel that this is just a little bit extra confirmation to let you know that this other energy that we're dealing with here, in these other cards, it is a very strong, sturdy foundation. And it could be a bit slow moving. It could move a bit, slowly and smoothly, which is a great thing. It's a great thing, because if you really want to build something stable, it's important to really breathe and, integrate it slowly in a very healthy way. Because like, say you are like a bodybuilder or you're working out and you're lifting, and say you're working on like your arms and you lift every single day and you don't give yourself a rest for those muscles to grow back together, you're going to hurt yourself, and you're not going to progress in the most healthy way. You're not going to progress in the most powerful way. So it's really important to give yourself, that time that is necessary to properly integrate these new energies coming in. And if this is about you and another person coming together, it's about giving, you guys giving yourselves proper time to integrate your energies together, because this is a big deal. Okay, so this is already 40 minutes. I could probably go on and on and on. I'm pulling more cards from my other deck, and we could get really crazy here. And I'm also a medium, so I could try to, pull in some spirits or something, but we're not going to do that today. I feel like we're just going to end it there and leave it at that. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to leave my information in the description box if you would like a personal reading. Just contact me. I offer a lot of different services, so if you're running into some kind of an issue and you need a little bit of assistance, just, hit me up if you're not sure if it's something I can help you with. I'm going to let you know honestly. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. And, thank you very much for supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So, see ya. Talk to you guys soon.